Welcome to the FT Wiffle press conference, brought to you in part by Vitamin Water. Try it. Now, let's head down to the action as we join FT Wiffle journalist Vince Danziola.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second edition of the FT Wiffle press conference. With me right here, three very handsome gentlemen. NL manager, TJ Coveney. AL manager, also FT Wiffle commissioner, Stephen Gethard. And FT Wiffle's National League player, Jonathan Zucker. Now, there has been controversy revolving FT Wiffle, you know, most of it negative. Okay, we will start right away with the person who pretty much propelled it, but didn't mean to. We're going to start with you, John.
Yeah, just trying to clear that up. None of what I said was meant to be destructive. It's meant to be constructive. I wrote that on the guest book just to clarify things. What I've noticed recently in FT Wiffle is it's always been fun, but it's reached a point where it's become more like a travel team and less like a backyard fun event. And I only have a few points that I'd like to bring up to make it more fun again and more, I don't know, friends oriented. My first rule is everybody bats. That's what I like, because we've had the thing with batting rotations and people have been pulled out, and there's been full games where people haven't had it in a bet, and I feel like we're here, we might as well play. Another one is you can only sit one inning in a row in the field, and it'll just get more people rotating in the field and everybody really playing, and I feel like that'll just get more people involved. That's kind of one thing is the other day we played and Adam kind of sat the entire time. I felt really bad, and I guess it's funny, but at the same time I felt bad for Adam. And my last point is just this whole thing with the managing. That's fine. The managing thing is fine, and I'm sorry, I just threw a yarmulke off camera.
Bad Jew.
But I just think this whole threats of suspension thing, they're okay, but at the same time, I think it's getting a little out of hand. And there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. I just feel like it shouldn't just be one person. It could maybe be a more collaborative effort. Maybe you have three main managers. But those are just suggestions for the commissioner and the National League manager to just think about.
Okay, well said, John. I have a few questions for you.
Respond.
Okay, Stephen Gethard would like to make a statement. Please go ahead.
Those actually weren't bad ideas. Some of them I would consider, some of them I wouldn't. Everybody batting, I'm not sure about that one, but sitting only one inning in a row in the field, that's not a bad idea. I'll consider that. Maybe we'll put it up for a vote on the board. But like instances where like Adam sat a whole game, that's not my call right now. It's TJ's call. You're gonna have to talk to
make a response to that.
Okay,
just give me one second.
Please,
Give me one second. Suspensions are also not my call, and I do believe I'm going to leave suspensions inside the game right now just because it's a way to keep everybody in order. For example, stop fighting, stop anger, throwing things, breaking things.
May I make just one quick comment? Just a quick comment.
That's about
I agree totally with the fighting and that stuff, but I feel like suspensions should be used for just kind of like for fighting and for violence and for that kind of like ridiculous stuff. So if somebody like brought something here that was very inappropriate. But I heard that because of my comments, there was a threat that I was going to be suspended between 4 games to 4 weeks, which didn't go through, but it was under consideration, which is very ridiculous because I'm just simply speaking my mind and I didn't even say anything wrong.
It's not my call.
No, it's not saying anything wrong. I'm just saying like suspensions can stay as long as there are 4 things that deserve suspension.
Alright, I'd also like to say I'm going to institute a new thing with the board. I already announced that there was a board. I don't remember who it was, but the new one is me and TJ had 2 managers. I'm going to put Vin on there and Dan and probably Brian. We'll be the 5 guys. So that we'll have an odd number of people. They're gonna vote on suspensions and like rule changes, and we're also gonna vote on that 1 inning sit rule that was just proposed.
Please tell me what particular event. When did you come to the conclusion that yes, this is no fun anymore? It's too serious.
No, it's always been fun. It's just the fact that it's just been a collaboration of things. It started back when Tom was almost suspended. And it's to the point where everybody's not batting and people are sitting for a long time. And I just noticed these little things. And I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm just saying there can be improvements to make it more fun. I remember back in the day when we had everybody batting, and it was more fun.
You said in plain words that wiffle ball is not fun.
All right, maybe I over-exaggerated that comment. But
Hyperbola.
Yes, Steve, hyperbola. That's good English. But maybe I exaggerated. It's still fun, but it could be made more fun. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, and when I'll just say from my perspective, it annoys me when I'm pitching. Okay, you have your outfielders just jabbing, not ready at all. Okay. I mean, I just want to go on a rage right there. I mean, the seriousness level. To me, I think it's not high enough, because a ground ball, if a ground ball is hit, they're not going to be ready. The ERA will be like that. Okay. Most importantly, a game could be lost. Now.
Is that the end of the world? Lost game.
I completely agree with him there.
Okay, but I guess
Brian,
it's not.
Brian, come on, we've seen the fence.
It's not the end of the world. But when it can be prevented, then I believe it's an issue.
That's why we should have people be able to be sat as a punishment for not trying. Maybe suspensions is a little bit much for that kind of thing, but sitting somebody that will kind of keep people in shape.
But we need from that to not have any back talk, no attitude. When someone tells you to sit, you gotta sit.
Okay, TJ. So you heard Zucker's comments. Please rebut.
All right. With Adam not sitting, he is a freshman. He is not a junior. He can sit down whenever I tell him to. First of all, he's my little brother, so he should listen to me. Second of all, he's my player. So if he doesn't feel like sitting, he'll be gone. And he's complied with that for the most part. I've had to use threats such as not driving him to school. As right now, he's coming to school with me in my passenger seat. Like I was saying, suspensions need to be done.
He's distracted by my good books.
People need to listen to me, and Steven,
Okay, excuse me. Why do people need to listen to TJ all the time? Because can we remember that we're playing wiffle ball in some kid's backyard here? Can we just remember that this is not a real league? None of us are going to professional.
It's not a real league.
We're not going to become professional.
This is the
Besides,
big.
I'm not going to become a professional.
We already are
You're shooting down my
professionals.
hopes
we're
and
already
dreams.
professionals.
Okay.
And
None of us are being paid for this. None of this is like we're here to have. I don't see the reason why the managers they can't have power, but I think there should be more of a collaborative effort. I think there should be more than one manager
And
for their team.
there's two, and that's why we're putting in a board to vote on suspensions.
Oh, and I just want to say, I was very close to taking Jonathan Zucker off the Intertown All-Star Series roster. Actually, I did, but now you're still on. Now that you just explained your what you meant, it doesn't seem as bad as it did on the computer. So you're still on the team. Congratulations.
All right.
And now for Zucker's suspension, pertaining to the comments on the guest book. I'm not gonna, the Second Amendment in the Constitution states that you have the right to bear arms.
I see no relevance whatsoever.
That has no relevance. So the
just
first
wanted
one
to,
is that you have
show
the
some
freedom of
knowledge.
speech. So, I'm just gonna give him a warning.
You're not giving me any.
It's the first. I looked
I'm
it
getting
up
nothing.
on the Google machine.
Whoa.
I've already regarding the league.
We are.
So,
I would like to talk to you about one more thing. And then
Okay.
I'm sorry.
the man get a little time on the microphone.
I'll come back to you. Okay. I have one question. Should we restrict the power for the managers? What do you think? Because he thinks we should. I'm, of course, have no opinion.
I feel overall that the manager's situation right now is working, and I don't think there's any need to change it. We're gonna put in the board. The board's gonna eliminate some of those problems. I mean, what exactly would you else want? Like have two managers decide the lineups before games and stuff? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's fine. I like the board idea actually a lot. Vote on suspensions because I'll get rid of ridiculous suspensions like writing on a guest book wall.
It didn't happen.
I know, but it was very close to happening.
And that's not a valid point.
It is a valid point.
No, it's not. It didn't happen. There's
It
nothing.
almost happened.
Alright, what?
No, I'm done.
Okay, let's move on to something else.
Please.